back. We're so back, baby. Welcome back, main character girlie.
Welcome back.
Look at Jasleen trying to bring the hype because she was an hour late today. We won't get into it. Or it's gonna ruin the vibe of the
Honestly,
podcast.
like I'm so sorry, but I had to make sacrifices too. I didn't get my s'mores Pop-Tart and green tea.
Dude, she's texting me about how she's an hour late and then keeps talking about her Pop-Tart that she didn't get to eat.
Did you know that green tea has so many antioxidants and it cancels out the Pop-Tart and they taste so good together? Like everyone is talking about matcha now. I've been on this shit because s'mores plus green tea is basically a coconut matcha.
Oh my God, you were ahead of the game.
Yeah, like I'm always playing chess. You guys are playing checkers. Yo, you know, we drove past Diesel and I was like, Akash, Neho says Diesel is back.
It's back, baby.
And he's like, no, it's not.
Yes, it
No, it's not.
I went to Vegas this past weekend and people were wearing
Vegas.
Diesel.
Vegas is the Jersey of the West Coast.
Oh my God. Okay, speaking of Vegas, when I was in Vegas, I don't know when back in the days if you were partying in Vegas, that used to be my spot because I was from California.
Yeah, that's like probably where you guys always went.
Exactly. It's like you're Miami or you're Hampton.
Well, we had like bullshit AC.
Oh yeah. You had Atlantic, which I've never been to. I heard
Don't go. You don't need to go. There's like hookers now.
Wait,
like
AC is on the come up.
Shut the fuck up. Maybe honestly,
No,
maybe
they
it
opened
is.
up
Maybe
a
it
Nobu
is.
hotel there.
A Nobu?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's on the
It's
come.
on the come up.
Well, you know that they did open like a $10 million hotel called Revel and then it went bankrupt. So
On brand.
on brand for AC.
No, but whenever we used to go to Vegas, my friends and I used to go with promoters to get into these clubs. In order to get into these clubs,
lit.
maybe, because in order to get into these clubs, you have to send a photo of yourself. So, wait, I'm
In
telling
Vegas?
you. Yeah, so I used to get objectified at a very young age. And my friends and I used to be getting ready and we used to be putting each other's makeup on. One girl would be like, wear this outfit for the photo, wear this outfit. And we realized doing a group photo was better for our prettiness average than doing individual photos. So we used to go into the bathroom, look at lighting, like best lighting. Okay, titties out a little bit. Are we going to get into this club or not?
Wait, can I say though? Like, okay, so you guys had Vegas. So when I was 20, we tried to get into the Gansevoort for my friend's, like, whatever, birthday. And I wasn't 21, but I had my friend Harpreet's ID. Shout out Harpreet. And so I had like a legitimate ID. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but the bouncer looked and he was like, you're not 21.
All the time.
And then he goes, you're not even 5'4". You're only 5'4" with those heels on. And like he didn't let me into the club. And we had bottle service. Well, my friend did. So I tried to like sneak past them and like get on the elevator. And he was like, no. You, her ID's no good. And it's like, I must have been so fucking ugly for him to like really call me out like that. Has that ever happened to you? Have bouncers made you feel so fucking ugly?
Oh yeah, all the time because I use real people's IDs too. You know, the fake ID isn't the way to go. You have to use real.
An older cousin's or like older friend
or a random
family friend, sister's ID. Yeah, or a family friend.
Yeah, but I've gotten tricked by the bouncer in so many situations and gotten caught and my ID taken away. One, they made me sign something. I spelled the name wrong of the person whose ID I was using. The second time they asked me what zodiac sign I was, I had no idea.
What'd you say?
It was just like Capricorn, and he's like, "Your birthday's in September. Now ask me. Any sign. I think I know everything." But can you tell me how humbling it is that when you're waiting to see if you got into a club, we're waiting for that promoter text to be like, "You guys are in." I've never gotten rejected, but from ages 21 to 30, even last weekend, it was like, "Send a picture." I'm like, "I'm ready," but this time I know I'm gonna get in.
Wait, you still have to send pictures?
I don't think this time, but I think the culture of promoter culture is you have to send photos.
Wait, that's crazy. I've never sent a picture of
Not
myself.
even in Miami. I feel like Miami makes you do that too.
No, but I think I got drugged in Miami.
Oh God. Roofied or cocaine?
I think something.
I accidentally got drugged.
No, okay. It was me, my college boyfriend, and all our friends took like a spring break trip to Miami. I think it was like during spring break. So at that time, Live, like if you know, you know, was like at its height. This was like,
yes,
this was the vibe at the time. It was like 2013, the Drake album, like whatever.
Were people wearing Diesel or not?
No, Diesel was long fucking gone, as was New York. We don't talk about that.
Dude.
But so some promoter like actually saw us on the beach and was like, "Oh, I can get you guys into Live. You pay me like a $50 upfront fee or whatever the fuck it is. I take you to this open bar and then we go on a party bus. And so we were all like thinking about it and we're like, this is fishy. I was like, okay, like we were thinking about how this could go wrong. And we're like, okay, well, I think it's gonna go wrong at the open bar if one of us gets drunk and then they can just pocket the cover and then we just get wasted at this like lame open bar. So we're like, okay, everyone only get one drink at this open bar. Okay, cool. We get to the open bar. I get my usual like gin and tonic. I thought I was so cool back then for drinking that. And then like all of a sudden, like it's like my heart started palpitating.
God.
I started feeling like faint, like dizzy, like I needed to lie down. And so, I mean, it wasn't like super crazy. My boyfriend at the time was like, I think you just like don't drink it anymore. And I was like, yeah, I won't drink it. So I drank half of it. But I remember them asking me, like, are you good? Are you good? Like, what fucked up kind of people? We did make it to live, but then I actually got in a fight with my boyfriend anyways, and he like grabbed me too.
You're like, this is too much.
Yeah, it
happening
was like
tonight.
too much, like not like trauma, but just like too much drama. That's like the appropriate word to use. And then the next day, I got a really high fever. And like I was really sick, and I heard that happens with roofies. So
Oh
I
my
think
God. At least
maybe
nothing happened.
yeah, so I'm like, maybe I just didn't get enough of the dose because I was still fine. But the next day I got like really sick. I had a high fever and like all this stuff. And it was just like so weird.
That's so scary because
And like
even
someone told me that happens after you take roofies, you get really sick.
no, and also I think during that time of the time that you're talking about, it's like date rape culture was really high.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't gone down, or I don't know because I'm not at the clubs anymore.
Yeah.
But now there's more ways to tell if your drink has something in it. I don't know if you've heard about the nail polish. That the nail polish you can put it in your drink, and if it turns a different color, that means your drink is spiked. And so a lot of
Oh.
women or young girls at this point are using that in their drinks instead of painting their nails and
Or
going
they
out.
have like test strips now,
Exactly, but
right?
you're not gonna go to a club and be like, "Hold on one second, let me just test this." At least with the nail, you can do it subtly.
I know, but what if I don't like that color?
That's what I was thinking too. It's not for me, but to other
It's
people.
like, to be honest, it's not worth it to me. Like, I'm not gonna like pick an ugly color for my nails. I would rather get roofie.
Wait, did you ever do anything like run away from home or do anything sketch when you were living with your parents? Because it's kind of these stories kind of take me back to the bad things I used to do as a little kid.
No, did you ever masturbate? No, I'm asking because I never
No,
did. Like,
I didn't until like I don't know, college.
yeah, no, I
I
didn't
don't even know
either.
what sex was, remember, until like 8th or ninth grade.
I didn't even know what a fucking penis looked like. I would always draw like a weird, like crescent like shape. And my friend was like, that's not a penis, by the way.
No, okay, one time, so I went to school at the University of Arizona,
Yeah.
and all the kids used to party in
Wait,
Mexico.
why University of Arizona?
I just ended up going there because I didn't get anywhere else. I didn't get in anywhere else. I was like,
You
California's
didn't get into any
no
UC?
UC, no UC.
Not even Santa Barbara?
No. That shows my IQ.
That was the laptop program for you.
Yeah, I cheated too much throughout high school that they were like, when it came to standardized tests, I was not good. I was like, I'm as dumb as a rock.
No, it's fine. I got waitlisted at No, I didn't get into Penn State, Maine. My dad had to call our state representative, Scott Petrie, who was also his divorce attorney, and he didn't pay his bills. I don't know why Scott Petrie even got me into Penn State. I didn't want to go.
Wait, okay, so I didn't apply there because I applied to only West Coast school, so the best option was University of Arizona.
Mm.
So we used to party on the weekends, or where we could have partied on the weekends was Mexico. We would just cross the border because it was right there. And so my
Oh.
parents took away my passport because they're like, we don't want you partying in Mexico, rightfully so. So one day I decided that, fuck it. I'm gonna go to Mexico and I'm gonna figure it out.
Mexico.
Yeah, so I go with my friends. I get to Mexico. I'm partying my ass off, and this was the time where
Wait,
Facebook,
where? In Cancun?
like Rocky Point.
Where is that?
No, you don't want to know.
Okay,
We don't
okay.
talk about it. So then I get there, and this was the era of when you used to check in on Facebook to be like, I'm so cool. Like, look at where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I thought I blocked my entire family, and I only kept one cousin who was really cool on there. Turns out that cousin was visiting from Seattle at my parents' home, and he saw my check in and goes, "Oh my God, Nehal's having such a great time in Mexico." My dad looks at him and goes, "What?" And he tries to cover for me. He's like, "Oh, like she's having a Mexico themed party in college." And my dad's like, "Let me see your phone." Looks at his phone, and I start getting phone call after phone call while I'm partying my ass out in Mexico. My heart
Oh my
is like palpitating
God.
because I'm like, he fucking knows. My dad knows I ran away to Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to U of A tomorrow. I'm going to deal with this tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I get to the border and they won't let me back in. They were like, "You don't have your passport. You're not getting back in." My parents don't know this part of the story.
How did you get in without your passport?
Okay, so I called my friend who called the dean of my college, and they had to prove that I was a student there. And thankfully, I was able to do it without my parents finding out, but they already knew I was in Mexico. So the next day, I got my ass handed to me. Like, I almost got pulled out of college because my parents were so mad. And then I went to Mexico again at some point. But this time I took my passport.
Wait, but how did you get in Mexico
I
without
don't know. I don't know how they figured it out, but the dean somehow talked to the police officers that were there, and they were able to
No,
prove
how did you get into Mexico
because you
without
don't need your passport to get into Mexico 'cause you just drive across the border. I don't know in this day and age how it's
Oh.
like, "Excuse me, Mr. President." I think in this day and age, if I did that, I wouldn't even get back into the country.
Wait, that's iconic. I'm, like, jealous. I have FOMO. That's so amazing.
Partied so hard, didn't have my passport, almost didn't get back into the country.
Like, I would have never had the balls to fucking do that.
I had a lot of balls in college. I did crazy shit.
Yeah. Wait, I will say though, in college, I was doing my co-op, which was like my internship at Goldman Sachs in San Francisco, and my sister and our best friend Harpreet came to visit. And so this guy that used to sexually harass me at work, I got weed lollipops from him. And I didn't know this about Cali culture, but like medicinal marijuana is so fucking strong.
So strong.
So, we didn't even read the dosing, but we were only supposed to each take, like, a few licks of the lollipops. We each ate 1 lollipop. I think it was 100 milligrams of THC. I think it was
Were you
100.
just like, "Oh my god, I
Yeah.
can't get up."
So, we drove to a winery in, like, Sonoma Valley, having eaten the lollipops, and all of a sudden, like, I start feel like we're drinking wine too. I see this guy that used to look like a guy I went to sick camp with, and that guy I went to sick camp with his name was Maninderjeet. Hi, how are you? And we used to call him Mudge. And so I saw this guy that looked like him, but he was some Mexican guy, and I was like, "Mudge!" Like, in this winery with all these white
Like
people.
hallucinating.
Yeah, and everyone looked at me, and then my sister and Harpreet were like, "Oh, shit." Like, they knew, like, the ball fucking dropped, and then we were, like, leaving the winery, and then the winery people are like, "Hey, are you guys okay?" And we're like, "It's the police." Like, we were so fucked up. We drove home under the influence. Totally not okay. Do not recommend. I don't know how my sister is just, like, that good, like, she can handle her shit, but we were driving in, like, a little smart like, what is it, a smart car? No, like a Mini Cooper?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, whatever. So we were driving that, we drove to In-N-Out so we could throw up. So we all get off at the In-N-Out, we run into the bathroom, I start throwing up and having crazy diarrhea. Like, you know when you have both?
Wait,
Like, you're
the
so
worst.
fucked
What do you
up?
do first?
I diarrhea, then I threw up, then I
In
had
the same
diarrhea, then
toilet?
Bitch, yeah,
No.
I'm not switching
Okay,
toilets.
no, what I do is I usually throw up in the sink, and then I have my poop situation in the toilet. I feel like I couldn't yak in the same place. I just had diarrhea. Come on.
We're not good people. So we did the throw up there. We leave. I don't know how the fuck she drove us home. And again, we're not from NorCal. We don't know like the Bay Area, but we drove home to San Francisco on all the hills. She parallel parked and everything. We passed out in our bed and like I got cheesesteaks and that was the
Did you sleep for like 12 hours though?
yeah, and then I had work the next day at 6 a.m. because I had to get up because when you work at a bank you're in the West Coast, you have to work East Coast hours. So every day I used to get up at like 5:30. I hated my life and I had to be at work at 6.
This is why you're like, I'm not a good employee.
Yeah, I was a good employee for like 6 months and I never wanted to do it again. And you know like how much I manifested? Every day I would wake up and I would say, "Please God, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up." And I feel like I swear to God I said that every day and I feel like I manifested not having to get up with an alarm.
I'm glad he didn't make you dead or something. Just saying I don't want to get up. Manifestation could have
I
gone
would
wrong.
say it almost like, you know, when you're like, "Mom, I don't want to get up." Like I would just like it was awful.
Wait, okay, so I don't do edibles anymore, but there was a time when I did.
There was a
there was a time.
time.
So a few years ago when I was in Berlin, I was trying to get into the hardest club.
Berlin?
Yeah. hardest club ever called Burgoyne. And so how this club works is you wait in line, they give you one look and you're either in or you're out. That's
Mhm.
it. You don't know. It's not dependent on how you look. It's not anything. You don't know what it is. People party there for 48 hours. Like you could be there for 48 hours and you have no idea what's going on. And so I was like, I'm so excited. So my best friend and I are in line and we're like, in the rules it says like don't laugh in line, don't like draw attention to yourself, like be very like stoic, be like the I don't know, the Berlin people.
Yeah, because German people are very, like, they don't smile. They're
Exactly.
not, like, warm and fuzzy like how we
Exactly.
are.
So we're like, okay, cool, we're gonna do that. But the line was an hour and a half long. So Nisha was like, why don't we take a
That's
little
like
bit of an
Avatar
Eddie?
at
Yeah,
Disney World.
exactly. So she's like, why don't we take a little bit of an Eddie? I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'll make the line go by faster. Worst idea ever. Cause I took an edible and I hadn't taken it in years because I rarely ever do it.
Wait, how many milligrams?
I have no idea. I think I took 10.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop laughing my ass off hysterically
Oh,
in line. We looked around at some of the rocks and they looked like faces. And so we kept seeing faces everywhere. And the second we get to the front of the line, they're like, no. And we're like, what could we have possibly done? I was like high out of my mind in line. Like, dude, I was just
so where did you go? Did you just go to
no,
McDonald's or
no, we
something?
went to 2 other clubs, didn't get in there. Very humbling experience. And finally we got into this place called Kit Kat Club, which is like a sex club.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
And so they took our phones and we were just there. People were just having sex on the swings and we're just like, this is so wild to be here. And I was high out of my mind. And so we're looking around. I'm like, this is so cool. Then I get my phone and Naveen's at the hotel room. Haven't contacted him in like 5, 6 hours because they took my phone. It's 7 a.m. The sun is coming out.
Wait, who took your phone?
The people there, you're not allowed to have phones. So they wrap them up.
Oh,
Yeah.
so did you forget it?
No, I just didn't know what
Oh,
time
okay,
it was.
okay,
So I was like,
okay.
I'm ready to go home. It's probably 3 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
7 a.m. Sun is coming out. I get yelled at by Naveen for safety reasons. He's like, I have been trying to see where you are for so long and contact you. Where the fuck have you been? I was like, I don't know.
Poor Nat.
Oh, what a
Now
time to be alive.
I don't do edibles anymore.
Yeah, and since that day, I have not done edibles. Wait, I wanted to ask you, should we do this or is this controversial?
Hmm.
But our hot takes on brown influencers. That face says everything.
Yeah, let's do
Should we
it.
do it? Disclaimer, this is our opinion. Don't take this personally. And also, it's all love, right? 90% love,
It's
80%?
all love.
Let's start with Pookie Prayag.
I like him. I don't think he likes Akash, but I like him.
Okay, cool. I really liked him too.
But I
Then
also kind of don't fuck with people if you don't like my husband.
Oh, for sure. I really liked him. And then I thought he was too good to be true because I'm like, there's definitely some skeletons in the closet because you're too nice. Then I met him at a Netflix
He's
event.
too good looking.
Yeah. And I met him at a Netflix event. So I went up to him because I didn't know anybody there.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to be an asshole, but he was so sweet and genuine.
Aw.
And every hour he came up to me and was like, hey, how are you doing? Are you good? Because we were the only brown people there.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm a Prayag stan.
Yay.
Okay.
I love that. Okay,
Yay.
good for your story. How are you going to bring up talking shit and then you don't even talk shit?
Oh, we're getting there.
Okay,
We
let's
have to
get
go
there.
one by one.
Okay, go to the
Okay, no, if you have somebody too. Also, I talk shit respectfully. That's just who I am as a person. The meanest thing I've said to someone is, hey, I don't like your outfit.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Yeah, you know exactly how I am in situations.
Okay, next one.
Okay, just Julie.
I like her content.
I like her content because I feel like it's really relatable. And I think that
I don't think it's relatable.
Oh, okay.
Because like she's like really wealthy, right?
Yeah, but I feel like it's relatable. Maybe that she has a family.
Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't say relatable.
Okay.
Okay.
I find her content relatable.
But to be honest, I haven't watched like that much of her content. I've seen like maybe shopping hauls and stuff.
Okay, cool. I feel like she does a good, like, Desi luxury haul. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like she has a good brand with that, and that's kind of her lane, and
Yeah.
therefore I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, who else?
Sirith.
Okay, so the thing with Sirith is I used to love her content when she used to do skits. And now, it's a thing that we always talk about, escapism versus relatability. I feel like her content is so unrelatable to the point of like, I'm happy she made it and like she does all these fashion shows and things like that. But I don't get anything from her content.
Yeah. Even though these girls are so much farther ahead than me, I feel competitive where it's like, but I think this is like a bad quality I have where I feel like in my head, I'm talking shit, but there's not really any reason for it because I don't know them. Their content seems fine. I just feel competitive. So, no, I don't particularly care for her content.
Okay, but what do you feel competitive about with them?
I just want I think well, okay, you know what? You're right, because it's not really like a pie. Like, even if
Yeah.
I become a social media influencer and I get really big, it's not like I have to take it away from them. But I think I just feel competitive because I'm like, "Oh, I wanna be in that space as well." Okay, there's one guy that Akash really doesn't
Is
like.
it Shat Pack? Yes,
Yes!
I love him.
I like him
He's
too.
so fun.
I think he's so adorable, and Akash is like, "Who the fuck is that
He's
guy?"
competitive towards him.
No,
Just kidding.
he said, and I quote, "I don't like guys that fall back on just being good looking." He's like, "I just
Hey,
don't like
that's a
guys."
compliment to him.
Yeah, that's a compliment. Well, I just thought he was, like, adorable, like, he
Yeah.
seems like a little Gujarati boy. I don't know if he's Gujarati, but that's what I just
Yeah.
assumed.
No, I do too.
So I was like, "Oh, this little cute Guju little boy." And then Akash is like, "Ew, like, why does he, like, do that little thing?" And I'm like,
The head nod. I love the head nod. Okay, wait. I was gonna say I really love this UK influencer named Kim Mon.
"Oh, I like
The
her."
reason I like her is she's very honest, and she recently got a nose job, which looks fucking fire.
Her
And
n
she
her nose job low-key did it make you
and
wanna get
I
a
want
nose
a
job?
nose job so bad
No,
because
but now actually I don't because she said the recovery was so hard.
and she also says in her
Kim,
video,
if you're seeing this, like, how hard was the recovery? For
also,
real.
we love you for being honest because she said she wished she got it
I
a
don't
little
love
more.
you, I like you, like, I don't really know you like that, but I like her content.
Parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
I love you. No, but I like how in her video she said that she wishes she gotten it done more because now it's drooping a little bit and that naturally happens. And so she's like, if you're thinking about it, make sure you get it more than what you think.
I know, but then, like, what if it looks like Whoville and it's, like, all the way like, I don't want that either.
Yeah, but I feel like she was being really honest, which I like. But I
Yeah.
was gonna say with Kim and other influencers should do this, be upfront with what you get done, please. Then I like you more as an influencer.
Yeah,
If
I
you get a
think
nose job, a boob job, whatever, say it with your chest.
yeah, I think everyone
Literally.
appreciates transparency. The dumbest thing to not talk about is a boob job because it's so socially acceptable. And for some reason in society, we don't judge women that don't have naturally large breasts. So I feel like boob jobs and nose jobs are more like readily talked about, but I would also appreciate people talking about like what Botox, what placements and skin treatments they've have done. Like I feel like I've been really transparent
Yeah.
about everything I've had done, like skin treatment wise and like lip filler and like whatever else. So keep that same energy, people. Okay, I'm convinced that Becca Bloom is a capitalist industry plant because
Absolutely.
the bitch popped up out of nowhere and where's the gaudiest and okay, I'm saying this as a Becca Bloom stan, but where's the gaudiest shit? Like Van Cleef everywhere. Aren't you glad I told you not to buy Van
Yes.
Cleef?
Yeah. I've seen it everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
wait, what did you think about her wedding?
I didn't even watch. I it was just like it's almost too much pomp and circumstance for
That's
me.
what I think so too.
Yeah.
Did you wait, you were telling me about the wedding that happened where people had to pay for their outfits and pick certain
Oh,
outfits?
I heard this from Danielle Bernstein, who's already been problematic. Not even problematic. I think she's just a fucking problem because I think she steals designs from smaller creators. Like she's had accusations from years. I think she runs Who What Where or Who What.
Oh, really?
Not there's two of them. Not Who What maybe what whatever. Maybe we need
Who,
to
what? How?
yeah, whatever. She does one of those ones. Something that sounds like that. Like
Yeah.
3 W's. I don't know if it's who, what, where, when, where, why. I don't know. One of those. I think she's a designer. And I think for her wedding, she had like her guests have to all pick from the same website what they were going to wear. So, like, if you bought something, it would be taken off so that someone else didn't get the same thing as you, which I think is just so rude and annoying because not all of your guests are gonna have the same style that you like. They're not gonna you're not gonna first of all, if you're slender, you're not gonna be able to pick stuff for girls that are curvy or plus size. So
Yeah.
that's also like fucked up too. Cause like not everyone has the same budget. So like it's just so rude.
Also, destination wedding culture in general, people have gotten so ridiculous. Okay, I'm not saying talking about myself because I was great
No, wait,
during
you
mine.
talked about that. I was gonna say, did you expect people to bring a gift?
No, I don't expect people to bring a gift. However,
That's actually really nice.
as a Desi person, I will always bring a gift, but I don't expect
Yeah.
everybody. So many friends didn't give me things, and I was like, "Oh, that's fine. Your presence is my present."
Aww.
But I
'Cause they have to,
noticed,
like,
but I
think, like
noticed, and I wrote it down in a little book, and I said they did not bring me present. Therefore, I will not be giving them one.
You can't do that.
Okay, I'm kidding.
I was like gonna say you can't.
Hey, okay,
You can't say we don't need gifts and then be like like you didn't bring me a gift?
I just see everything. I mean, why'd I do this? I see
I
everything.
see with my eyes.
Wait, but also, have you heard about the girl who, like, had a destination wedding, had everybody fly out, and then didn't invite people to certain events?
What?
Yeah. So this girl goes to the reception, and the person who was there, the security guard, was like, "Oh, you're not invited to the reception portion of the event."
That's
And
who
so they were
did
like,
that?
I forgot the name of the girl, but they she
You're
was
a fucking clown for that.
who what is up with people?
Yeah, why would you do that?
I don't know, man. Wait, can we talk about Pilates culture?
Yeah.
Because
Oh, wait, did you see that
the
video?
video,
Did you
the
see that
video,
video from
yeah,
it was from Pilates by Raven.
yeah.
Okay, so if you didn't see this
Wait,
video
she's also from Love Is Blind, by the way.
ew, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go on.
So the Pilates body by Raven or whatever the fuck her name is, she made a video saying like, why do people keep talking about diversity with Pilates? Like when you go to Bottega, you're not like, where's the diversity? That's what Pilates is. It's luxury, it's legacy, it's this, it's that. And I will say the cancel culture and the whataboutism to me always goes too far. It's annoying. When I first watched her video, I was like, snooty didn't bother me, but
Yeah.
I felt it to be snooty, but like didn't really care one way or the other. But then people were really offended because it's like, well, what do you mean? You know what I mean? When you say that, it's like, what do you mean you don't like diversity in Pilates? Or like, why are you okay keeping it this thing? Because it is
Also,
very
she's a black woman.
is she black?
Yeah.
She looked mixed.
Okay, maybe
Oh,
she's
maybe
mixed.
she whatever.
Or yeah.
I
But
guess
she is part of, like, the diversity bucket.
yeah, yeah. That's true. It's like I do think when you're light skinned and you say stuff like that, you'll get more shit for it. And also, I do feel like Pilates has like a classism component because my classes are $100 a class. Like that's so expensive. And like sometimes I even miss them on occasion, which obviously isn't good. But it's like, I recognize the privilege I have in attending these classes. But I think okay, so if I can, she deleted the video, which she probably should have because she was getting a lot of hate. I think if you distilled what she was saying without the uppity attitude, she's saying I think she's saying Pilates wouldn't be what it was if it was distilled and diluted into like an LA Fitness like gym room or something.
But isn't that facts? Why are people mad then?
Because people don't like to feel excluded and they don't like to feel less than. And I think if you are going to go on TikTok and make a statement like that, you should put a lot of disclaimers of like, I don't think people that can't afford it are less than, or like, I think there should be more readily priced options. But I think what I'm concerned about is like the art of Pilates being like diluted, or
Yeah,
I don't know,
and I think people are
something I could have got more on board with.
and the reason why I think people are holding her accountable is because she's a Pilates teacher. If this was a random person, if you or I were making that statement like, "Hey, by the way, Pilates is like country club status versus like
Mm,
this class, like you said, is LA Fitness," it would be fine. But the fact that she teaches Pilates means that she's putting those like things that she's saying into her practice, and that's why
yeah.
people are mad.
See, okay, this actually reminded me of something that I want to talk about with Miu Miu since we're
Oh
talking about
yeah,
class stuff. Okay, so I don't know if you saw, but Wisdom K, who's this big influencer, he bought some jackets from Miu Miu, and as soon as he bought them, the zipper fell off one and the button fell off another, and he spent 18 grand in the store. So it's like for that to happen is crazy.
just like you, by the way, because she spent 18 grand at the store the other day.
60. So, anyways, he posted a video and was like, "This is so crazy! Like, this is like shit quality." And people were actually calling it Temu, like MIU. And Miu Miu, to their credit, actually sent replacements. Now, I made a TikTok about this, but no one watched it, so I'll talk about it here. Fuck you, TikTok. But I was like, now good on Miu Miu for sending replacements because we've seen influencers like that one influencer that got a Van Cleef bracelet that was tarnished. Van Cleef didn't say shit. We saw Hallie Kate, another influencer, getting Chanel flats that were completely torn up the second she wore them. They never said anything, and I can attest to that because I got Chanel flip-flops, and the leather's already, like,
Oh
tearing off.
no,
Yeah, so it's stupid, and my question is, would the average Miu Miu customer be getting replacements sent
no,
like that?
absolutely not.
You don't think so?
No, they're not.
So I said, I don't know either way, right? The reason I'm being a little bit more like not as overt is because I've actually had a really good experience shopping with them, but also I knew that they knew who we were when we went into the store. And I'm not saying we're fucking Brad Pitt and Angelina, but like, sometimes people know who my husband is, right? When they
Yeah.
see him. So I think they did know that and maybe we did get a little bit of special treatment. So, but and again, I bought a lot of Miu Miu products. I'm wearing a Miu Miu shirt. I have like had a good experience with their quality, knock on wood.
But this always happens when something gets, like, overmade or overdone and overhyped,
Mm.
and so the quality starts going down. It's happened to so many of my favorite brands. We've talked about this before too, where it's like there's so much demand for it and less supply that they start making shitty quality.
So I think that is true. But with luxury fashion, I don't know if the same thing applies because they just make less inventory in general. So, but I think you're getting at like an interesting point where I think now when you're talking about a Miu Miu, I think the sales associates in that vein of like classism can start being picky and choosy of who they want to sell to because Miu Miu is a very hot brand. And the Coco Gauff sneakers that just came out, for example, they're only going to get maybe like, say, 100 pairs in the US
Yeah,
or like maybe like 50 size six. So it's like they want to give those size six to their most high profile clients and people that they think are good, like brand ambassadors. And Rolex has done the same thing, Patek, Hermes. So,
exactly.
but I don't know if necessarily the quality is going down, but I guess for the men's it is because
I just
why
don't
would the button fall off?
I just don't think, and this is my own personal take now,
Yeah.
I feel like because Miu Miu is getting so oversaturated, I feel
Yeah.
everybody is wearing it, and because of that, I think
But do you actually see like people in your day to day? Or are you just seeing influencers or
good
Pinterest
question. I
people?
think I'm seeing influencers wear or just a
Yeah.
lot of, like, the Bella Hadids, like, it's celebrity like, it just feels like you said, a hot brand,
Yeah.
but it's feeling like to me, it's being talked about so much that it's not like a timeless Chanel or like a timeless like, it feels like it's just a fad. Like, is it gonna go out? You've said that too.
Well, so I think the difference between Miu Miu and like another brand like Supreme, like there's a
Oh, so
difference
yeah.
between like hype beast brands. Like
Mhm.
Supreme was like a hype beast brand. Fear of God, like the essentials, like
Essentials.
they're all hype beast stuff. I think what you're describing is happening more to Kith.
Yes,
Then I think Miu Miu is always gonna be Prada's little sister luxury
that's
brand.
true.
Like, they're always gonna have their niche client with, like, petite Asian girls and white girls, like, that's, like, kind of their clientele. So, I think Miu Miu will, like, stay the test of time, but I don't think they'll continue to be as, like, hot as they are in the next I would give it the next 2 years. I would give it
Okay.
the next 2 years, and I think people will kind of move on.
You heard it here first, people. From Justine Singh.
But if people wanna get on some new shit, then go to Loewe and get some of their ready to wear.
I know.
But ready to wear, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Because if I don't know if you I mean, I'm sure you know this, but, like, this is what we discussed in my, like, luxury marketing class that the bags are actually the
Mhm.
entry items for these brands,
Yeah.
like, because they wanna get you more into the fall and spring collections of, like, kind of buying regularly from the
But
store.
that's when you know people have money when they
Yeah.
start wearing it. And it's like, okay, yes, everyone can buy a bag, but you use the bag like 8 million times. But if you buy a top or if you have like an outfit or a coat, it's
Yeah.
so much more like, oh, this person is rich, rich.
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing I want to talk to you about is have you heard of the TikTok Higgs guy?
No, what's
Okay, I want to get your thoughts on this. So
yeah.
there was this guy and he blew up on TikTok for making 9 to 5 videos. And so
Yeah!
he used to
I know what
go
you're talking about.
he used to
But
go to
that's
nine to
not his
five.
name, right?
Higgs or Biggs or something?
Is it Hicks? I
I
thought it
don't
was
know.
something else.
Okay, but he used to make 9 to 5
I know
videos,
what you're talking
and he
about.
turned into a full-time influencer,
Yeah.
and so after that, people started being like, "Okay, this guy's not relatable anymore because his entire brand is 9 to 5." He even rented out a fake office, goes there to work to create a brand, and people found out, like, he's lying and stuff to keep his brand available. So people are like, "Why do influencers like, or should influencers change their niche? And if they do, should they lie about it?"
Well, okay, that's a really good question. And what I'll say is, because we were talking about relatability with brown girl influencers, something I don't like with some of my big influencers like Alex Earl or Monet McMichael, I don't like when their fans, like when they become so successful that they're like, well, you're not relatable anymore. And it's like, well, you should be wanting them to achieve success and get bigger. It's almost like you want to keep them in this bubble that only you know about and you don't want them to get too successful because they're not taking them with you. But at the same time, I do think people really deserve to evolve and grow and kind of change. But your question about the niche, you can't deviate from your core niche and I think Remy Bader fell into that too. Well, what are your thoughts
No, no,
about
I
her?
agree with that.
Yeah.
I was also gonna say the reason why Alex Earl is so successful is she brings us along for the ride.
Yeah,
Like
she's
with her
still
dancing
as
with yeah,
organic.
with her Dancing with the Stars, she's getting unready and telling us what really happened,
Yeah.
and that's why I like her. It's not like she's just on Dancing with the Stars and we're like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
I think a problem with a lot of these influencers are you got too big, but you forgot about us and taking us along for the ride.
Yeah.
Therefore, it is not relatable anymore.
Right, right,
And so
right.
I think that's what you're getting at, which is interesting. But with the niche thing, we're the perfect examples. We came in and we had kind of no niche. I used to have an entertainment niche and I grew out of it, but you came in like no niche. You're like, this is who I am.
Mhm.
And so
My
the
niche is just how stupid I am.
you're not. No, your niche is just like hot takes and
Yeah.
everything me in a
Yeah.
good way. And I think it's harder to build a brand with what you're doing because you don't have a niche versus
Yeah.
with me with entertainment. My entertainment videos could pop off, but then it's like maybe my talking video doesn't. So it's like who am I really versus people know who you are
Mm.
really. And so now I've gotten there finally. But I think that's the problem with these like with this creator that I'm talking about. People are like, why don't you show your like weekends or something? Because if you did your weekends, we would know how you are outside of your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Then you could have built a brand. You only showed us you working.
Yeah.
So this is like a message to creators, like diversify your content.
Yeah, for sure. And like that's something you taught me and like marketing yourself as a brand too.
Yeah.
And so I think and that's why I we would talk about this like your uh content is so buttoned up and polished and amazing, but it's also nice to see like your vulnerable
Oh, for
side. I
sure.
also love seeing like all like the family stuff you post, but then I think like once in a while it would be nice to literally just have you open the camera and be like, "Fuck this. Like I want to vent about this."
That's what I do here with you,
Yeah, well, which
at
is
you
what I do
actually,
yeah,
at
at
you.
me, which is more what I do, like, 90% of the fucking time, you
Dude,
know?
it's just so funny. Our personalities are just so different, but so like complementary. Like even
Yeah,
just handling a situation, like whenever we get into arguments or something,
a
it's like
conflict.
fire, yeah, a conflict. It's like fiery Leo with people pleaser Libra, but then also it's like
Are you
okay,
going people
okay, wait. I have a question for you.
Mm.
Have you sexted with your husband when he's away? And what are your thoughts on dick pics, sexting, nudes, etc.?
I don't like dick pics, they're gross.
I agree,
Dicks are gross.
especially a flaccid one.
The the only good dick is when it's pounding you into a headboard. That's all, like, I the dick is only good when it's in me. You see
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like, you need the vagina for the dick to be good. Without that, you're just a weird alien.
And you're just flopping around.
You're
I
just
asked
flopping
my husband, "Do
around.
you ever just, like, jump around to see?" And he's like, "No, I
Akko
would
said
do
he
that.
does that. He said, "Yeah," when I was little.
If I was a guy for a day, I would do that."
If I was a guy for a day, I would take the middle urinal in between 2 men
Oh,
because 'cause
yes.
I've heard that's really frowned upon.
I wanna try that too. Wait, what about sexting and nudes?
Sexting? Okay. I've never sent a nude, but I'll send, like, a little, like, Venus in the clamshell
Ooh.
type picture, or just, like, a selfie or, like, whatever, and then sexting, yeah, it's fucking amazing, but sometimes it's, like, kind of annoying because 'cause I'm too hot and bothered, and I don't wanna fucking get the vibrator out and do it myself, it's just so much better when my husband's doing it and choking me at the same time, like
Also, how do you sext and use your vibrator? I'm like, "Hey, what you say? What you say?"
I know, especially my phone because it's the max. It's I can't even hold it, and I have small hands.
Wait, I'm all for sexting, though. I feel like after you get married and live with your partner, you need to keep the relationship spark
That's
and the spice.
that is such a good point. I wanna talk about that. Like, what are some things you do to keep the spice alive? Like, I know we've talked about this, but I wanna know, like, some stuff.
Okay, so I think sexting is a big one. Okay, I'm a big
Do you, like
Snapchatter.
do you buy lingerie?
I do, but I only wear it on vacation because it needs to be I can't live with my in-laws and wear lingerie. It's just not special to me.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah.
I'm a Snapchat girly, so I'll Snapchat my husband a titty every now and then or a booty pic when he's at work.
Titty every now and then.
I'm just like, "Titty."
Pretty much with the sexting and, like, when we read, like, romantic novels together, I feel like that's really fun. Like, if I kiss him and I, like, go in for a deeper kiss, like, I think he'll, like, kind of get the vibe or, like,
Oh,
maybe, like, you
yeah.
kind of put your hand on them or you start getting, like, closer. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, I'm getting hot and bothered right now.
like, little
Yeah.
you like, I feel like every girl has, like, their little signs. Like, remember in Friends
Oh,
with Benefits, she used to, like, crack her neck, like,
yeah.
little shit
Or
like
when
that.
you're, like, laying and then you slowly put your booty back and back and you're like, "Hello."
I'm just like
Put it in here. No, my husband and I do this thing where we, like, love to make out randomly throughout the day. So he'll be, like, sitting and working and be like, "Wanna make out?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm down." And then we'll just
Wait, so
make
you
out.
ask or you just like
No, I do it as, like, a we're in high school kinda thing, "Wanna make out?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's make
uh,
out." We'll just make out. And so I'm like, not everything always has to lead to sex, so sometimes
that's
I just wanna make out.
that's such a good point, and I feel like with guys, it's like it's nice if they can remember that not it doesn't always have to lead to sex because I think it will encourage your girl to have more physical contact because I think if the pressure of sex is always on it, then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to get him all hot and bothered. So like I've kind of had to tell my husband like it's not going to be like sex every time and he'll be like, "I need you to know that every time I will try, but that's fine if you don't like, you know what I mean?"
Wait,
Like
I
it's
love
like
that's the best answer ever.
but it's like, you know, like, if they a if you ask them to give you a massage, and
Yeah.
then, like, it's never gonna
We
not be without sex.
literally, my husband always tells me, he's like, "Yeah, I'm always hard when I see you, so, like, feel free to do whatever you want." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't feel anything right now." But, I'm gonna give props to the husbands for, like, never feeling I've never felt pressure to have sex, which
Yeah.
is a really big thing because sometimes you women a lot of times are like, "Okay, fine, I'll just do it." But my husband makes me feel so safe that
Aw.
it's always like, "Okay, I'm hard, you're hot, but," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, but this poor man has been rejected so many times probably by me, but if he ever rejects me or says he's not into it,
No, it's
all hell breaks
different.
loose."
That it's this is a one-way
Just
street,
yeah.
people, because that feels so, like, defeating,
I was
the
like, "Just take
rejection.
a dagger to my heart."
Yeah.
Has it happened to you?
Not never, like, not with my husband, not gonna
Oh my god, it's happened I think maybe one time where he said I was tired, and I was just lost it. I was like, "You think I'm ugly and, like, you're not into it?" He's like, "Dude, I literally pulled an all-nighter last night to work." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry."
No, I mean, okay, I guess, like, there's been nights that I've wanted it, but he's already been asleep, but that's, like, the closest. But you know what I think is fun for guys to do? This is, like, my little tip. I think sometimes, like, a little surprise, like, eating out situation,
Oh.
like, to wake up to. Has that ever happened to
No,
you?
but okay, wait. Okay, I don't know how I would feel of imagining that. Wouldn't that just be like, What's happening?"
I feel like no, like, okay, do it around the time she normally wakes up, like, don't do it in the middle of the night, but I feel like you're just like, "Oh," like, I don't know, it's,
You're
like,
like,
kinda
"I
nice.
like this."
Yeah, yeah.
No, you know what's so annoying? So my husband and I started first dating and stuff. Okay, this should have been a red flag. This is a red flag. We should get into red flags. But he was like not making out with me in the morning. And I'd be like, why not? And I was like, that's weird that he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Turns out he thought like he needed me to brush in order to make out. And I told him, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And I need your mouth and your kissingness in the morning.
No, no.
And then finally now he's
Dale,
like,
you're wrong. You're
wait,
that's a
stop.
red flag.
Wait, what?
You have to brush before you wake up.
Wait, that's crazy.
Like, and as a matter of fact, like, when Akash kisses me, every morning I'm like, "Did you brush?" And he's like,
Wait, that's no, that's so weird.
"Miles,
What?
do you have to brush before you make out
In
in the
the morning
morning?"
with somebody you love? What do we think, Miles' wife?
Thank you. No, it's
What?
weird. Because it's gross.
Okay, in the morning, I expect a kiss from my husband. You have to
Okay,
brush
like
before
just a
that?
soft kiss? Not like a wet kiss.
Fine, okay. I don't think
I
so.
don't think it's unreasonable what he's saying.
What?
I'm
Okay, when
sorry,
we were
I'm
first
sorry.
dating, I was like, "Oh my god, this is so fun, and we're hot and bothered." Like, I would have loved a little making out in the morning.
That's I feel like cute in the movies, but in real life, it's like it's too funky in there.
Damn, okay, he was right. Okay, I'm the red flag. Okay, I don't need another red flag session. I realize I have too many of these.
No, I want to go back to talking about Miu Miu because I went to their brand event
Oh,
last week.
yeah.
And I have never felt more insecure in my life. And I think I'm just not used to going to influencer events, but like everyone stayed in their little like groups of 2 and 3. It was like little nahals of like, don't invite me, stop talking. No, but it was like, it wasn't like community driven. Like, do you feel like that when you
All
go
the
to
time.
events? Yeah.
I hate going to events
You
because
should have warned me about that.
no, but it's like every time I go to events, I don't even get a +1, and so I have to go by myself. That's why I keep bringing up the Prague situation because I
Yeah,
unlock
yeah.
eyes with a brown person, and I pray to God that they're gonna be friends with me, and most 9 out of 10
I
times
pray to
yeah, I
God.
pray to God. No, but 9 out of 10 times they're very nice,
Mm,
if the brown people are to me because
mhm.
I'm like, "We are only brown together." But
Yeah.
were there even brown people at Miu Miu aside from you and
No,
your sister?
oh, there was Trisha was there, who's the editor of Brown Girl
Oh, nice.
magazine, so that was nice. But other than that, I didn't see, like, that many brown girls.
But it's like, what do you do in conversation? Like, how do you make small talk with people?
I hate small talk,
Yeah, me too.
so I don't do it.
I know you hate small
Like,
talk.
I won't go to like, even, like, some events that I've gotten invited to, I don't go because I don't like small talk, if I don't have anyone to go with,
Yeah.
which is stupid because I should go because I have no sponsorship opportunities, so I should go to
I
network.
think yeah, and I think you need to put yourself out there. I feel
Yeah.
like what I've learned over time, and this is my hack for people who are trying to go to events and stuff. What I do is try to figure out who's going to the events, which
Mm,
I do by doing like a search on their page. And once I know who's going to the event, I think of 3 questions to ask people. And so I go in very prepared. You know me, eldest daughter,
yeah.
and so I'll go in being like, oh, like, have you been to a brand event before? I'd be like, oh, like. What's your favorite brand currently? Or do you have a favorite piece of Miu Miu clothing? I come prepared so that if I ever get into a small talk situation, I know I have the right things to
That's
say.
smart.
Yeah, and I think you being in comms and stuff, I'm sure you asked really good questions already as it is.
I
It's
was
just
never
thinking
in
ahead.
comms.
Oh,
I don't know why you think that. I was in data analytics.
okay, you know
I
what?
didn't do a stupid major like you. What the fuck did you major in?
Marketing.
Yeah, that was a stupid major.
No, you know why I think you're in comms? Because you made that Met Gala video and you're like, "Oh, hire me to be your interviewer." And somebody commented saying,
Oh,
"Yeah, we need somebody as, like, a comms person." So I thought, "Oh, you're in comms."
no, I did my master's in journalism.
What the fuck?
Oh, no, okay. That
Dude,
you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right.
are you kidding me?
No, okay, you're right. I'm an asshole because I was thinking for
And
undergrad.
marketing is not stupid. No,
No,
but
it's
I was like,
not.
because you're in journalism, you know how to ask questions. So going to an event, you should have like a list of like
Yeah.
small talk questions ahead of
Yeah.
time.
I think that's cool. And then but, like, also, did you go to any New York Fashion Week events this time?
I know I wasn't in town so this time, but I went to the Stuart Weitzman one
Okay.
in January, which was really cool because I got to go with the brand, and so they dressed me and they did like a little photo shoot. But again, the fashion shows are so short. No one tells you they're 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What? I thought it was gonna be like a 2 hour event.
But wait, what do you think about, like, nepo babies, like how Jaden Smith, like, Will Smith's
Yeah.
kid, he just got made creative director for Louboutin for men's?
Okay. Hot take. I love nepo babies.
Really?
I'm a huge nepo baby stan. Oh, you're a nepo wife.
Yeah, that's true. No, I didn't say I don't like them, but, like, some okay, no.
I don't think okay,
Who do you like, though? Like, who's, like, the nepo babies you like the Hadids?
yeah, but
Okay.
the nepo babies that I'm really excited for because it's been real quiet with them are the Kardashian Jenner clan. I'm waiting for
Uh
those nepo babies to have their moment.
Oh, you mean like their kids?
Yeah.
Like Stormy and all
Yes.
those
Did
kids?
you know that Dream Kardashian walked in her first New York Fashion Week show?
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean,
But nepo babies in your case that you just said, the Louboutin thing, I think being creative director is so different than walking in a show. I don't think they should get an opportunity to have a
yeah.
job that like other people have. Acting is different. I think acting anybody can be an actor nowadays.
So
You're like, I don't know how to answer.
no, I'm thinking about it because there's some nepo babies that I love, but I think also what I appreciate more, I think we can all acknowledge that your parents are just gonna try to give you the best opportunities, but I just don't like when people don't literally acknowledge and be like, yeah, if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Because you have people like Timothy Chalamet or I don't know, like fucking Beyonce and Jay-Z, like that came from nothing, didn't have any industry connections, and still made it to this like spot that they're at. So I do find it kind of annoying if, like, for example, Kendall Jenner, like, I remember one time she was like, I used to leave my last name off of my
Oh,
modeling cards. Kendall,
no, I don't like that.
shut the fuck
Also,
up, Miss Tupac Shakur. Like,
also Kylie saying she's a self-made billionaire. Like, come on.
that was
That-
first of all, can I just say Forbes, like, they talked to our class and I asked them about that question because they retracted that article and I'm like, "Don't I mean, I couldn't say this, but I'm like, "Don't you guys feel so stupid for that
so
article?"
dumb.
Like, it's like you clearly uh, okay, heads up everyone, journalists, like, it's all just clickbait now, like, they want to get people to click that, like, there's no, like,
Yeah.
hidden, like, secret with that. So it's like when you make something your cover story just for clickbait, like, you're kind of a trash publication for doing that. So there's that. But there are nepo babies that I love, like Margaret Qualley. I think she's such an amazing actress. There's someone else.
Also,
Oh,
she proves like they're good actors.
there are. Yeah.
I believe Nepo babies should get the opportunity to act because hello, your
Well,
parents
they
did it. Fine.
will.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, and you audition, but you have to audition fairly. You have to actually be
It's not
good.
gonna be super fair,
I
though,
know,
that's the
it's
thing. Like,
not.
if you're Lily Rose Depp
Yeah.
and you get a whole show, by Sam Levinson, some weird middle-aged fantasy
Yeah.
porn show. Did you ever watch
No,
The Idol?
but I saw part.
First of all, like a little tip for guys, if you want to ever do a BDSM 50 Shades type category thing, the guy has to be hot and he
Oh,
has to
yeah.
be rich. Girls will not buy in if the guy is not hot and rich. He has to be both.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it has to be consensual. It can't be weird and it can't be blurry lines.
Okay, what about nepo babies in Bollywood?
Oh, well,
No,
that's
because that's a whole nother topic because there's some crazy shit with that stuff.
yeah, I like a well, see, the thing is Bollywood fucking invented nepo babies.
Exactly.
Like they invented the term, the word, like this was all talked about in Indian culture before Americans even started talking about nepo babies. So it kind of bothers me that like they kind of got like
Yeah.
not brought in on the conversation. So nepo babies with Bollywood, I don't feel super strongly, but I know, or at least I think a lot of Indians feel that that's why Bollywood is in like such a state of disrepair is because like the industry has just gone to nepo babies. But I heard Ciara, which is like one
I
of
wanna
the new
watch it.
yeah, I heard it's really good. I think it's on Netflix
Yeah.
now.
No, I was saying I'm totally for using your parents' connection again to get that first movie or get it started, but if the reviews say you are trash, you do not deserve to be in another movie with, like, someone big.
Well, that's
And
how they justify it. In Bollywood, they'll say like regardless, like you cannot make someone a star that like people just don't like. So there are certain nepo babies that just have not like risen to
yeah.
stardom, but it's like just the fact that they get the opportunity when there's so many people,
And they're
you know
taking
what I mean?
jobs away from the self-made people. Like, who was that guy who died by suicide? Sushant Singh? And there was the whole
Oh,
thing of how
Sushant
he
Singh.
was self-made, he was trying to do all these movies, and then somehow his death is, like, mysterious even though it was suicide because of nepotism in Bollywood, and I feel
Oh,
like they
yeah,
people
yeah.
it's kind of covered. There is gonna be a dark side of Bollywood coming out real soon, like,
There
we
is a
don't
dark
know
side of
what's
Bollywood.
happening there.
First of all, Siri Devi for sure wasn't she didn't die in an
Oh,
accident drowning.
absolutely
I
not.
don't believe that. I feel like she was Shanti
Yeah.
Period. And she died in Dubai.
I wanna end this podcast with a little piece of gossip.
Oh, it was like I was gonna say I wanted to talk about
Okay.
two other things too, but
Okay,
we
yeah,
can
wait, okay,
quickly
yeah, go you talk
no,
and then I'll
okay,
end.
well, I wanted to go back to the Nepo babies thing and talk about Emrata, Kaya Gerber, and Olivia Jade and how their roster is so fucking crazy, and I'm so fucking jealous, and Zoe Kravitz.
Dude, also, can we just talk about how celebrity hookup culture is back, baby? Like, people are, like, having
Yes.
sneaky links without being sneaky. Like, TMZ is reporting, Harry Styles with Zoe Kravitz one day. He's with, Kaya Gerber the other. I don't know what's going on, but I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm obsessed. I'm
Who is your
obsessed.
favorite celebrity it couple right now?
Oh, it couple? I mean, Jacob Elordi and Olivia
See?
Jade, they're so
They're
good
on and
looking.
off. I love it.
There but I think he's, like, been kind of a shitty boyfriend to her if I had to guess, but I think I don't know if you saw this, but there was, like, rumors saying that he saw her with Glenn Powell one time and then invited her to the Frankenstein premiere, and it's just so funny, like,
I
I
love
love
that.
that. Good on
I
you,
love
Olivia
that.
Jade, like, yeah, get him
Oh,
fucking jealous.
God.
But he's so tall, like, I it's just, like, can you imagine, like, how big his dick must be?
Dude, no, but that's why she keeps going back.
That's why she keeps
She keeps going
going
back
back.
for seconds and thirds.
What do you think about Austin Butler, though?
Okay, I have always loved him because I loved him when he was with Vanessa.
iCarly?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
iCarly, Vanessa Ann Hudgens, like, I loved him.
Yeah.
I loved how he transformed for his Elvis role and everything. I love when he was with Kaya
He should
Gerber.
have won an
He
Oscar
should have.
for
He should.
that role.
And also from him going from iCarly to that is wild.
Yeah, like, what a fucking career ascension. I heard he's
Yeah.
super nice. Him and Kaya were really cute. I'm
Love
kind of
them.
sad they broke up. She's so pretty.
Oh,
Wait.
also Nina and Shaun White is so wild to me.
Oh, yeah,
You know
yeah,
why
yeah.
it's wild though? Because Nina was
Why did they break up,
because
though?
he cheated on her and she called him out on her story. And so she's like holding nothing back. She's
See,
been
I
out and
never
about.
watched Vampire Diaries, so I didn't know
I
that.
loved her. And
Yeah.
so I loved her. And then they got married. Their engagement was fabulous. And then he cheated. Of course, men and cheaters, all of them.
It's so annoying because it's like, I get that you're always surrounded by, like, these choices or whatever, but it's like, I don't know, like, don't you think, like, what you have at home is better? Like, I don't know.
That's the problem with all these dating apps. The reason why, and I'm just saying this as a general statement, is like people are always looking for something better. Our culture
Yeah.
has become that. You're always constantly wanting something better.
But why is it that men always have, like, that inclination to cheat? Like, do you really think it's just, like, a physical thing, or do you think they just, like, are dogs?
I think all of the above, which actually reminds me of the gossip I need to tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you guys, because you're on the pod, you're part of the inner circle. I have some crazy thing to tell you. So, you know, my crazy ex who's like a narcissist, a cheater that we talked about?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait, did you see him at that wedding that you went
I did, but we didn't say anything to each other.
Okay.
Not a single word, and it was great.
Did you also see that girl?
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But okay, so because you guys are the inner circle, my friend texted me because he's blocked on all these communications or whatever, that he reposted something on Twitter. And let me show you, or I mean on TikTok. Let me show you what he reposted because it's so funny. What does it say?
Why do people cheat from a licensed therapist?
Wait, I want to watch the video. Look, I'll show you. It's not on there, but I'm dying.
Why do people cheat from
Why would he repost this? I couldn't stop laughing at
like
8 a.m. this morning.
reposting that is wild behavior.
I'm like,
You're
you're
such a
you're a
fucking
psycho.
loser red flag.
I watched the video and it's
And he
basically
knows you're big on TikTok.
yeah, and also I haven't blocked, but the fact that all my friends are sending it to me, the funniest thing is that the video is about like justifying cheating. Saying like, "Oh, most people are thinking about cheating, which is morally bad versus a cheater just does it." So technically, it's like out of sight, out of mind for them, which makes it morally they weren't thinking in a bad way. And I was like, "What the fuck? You are a bad licensed therapist."
First of all, it's never justified. And I've even had conversations with my therapist, not like about cheating, like, oh, I want to cheat, but like we've just like it's just come up in conversation. I don't even remember what we were talking about. And even she like said something along the lines of like, "Yeah, but you're married." And I was like, "Yeah, I agree." It was like something like that. So like I don't think like that's not a therapist thing. And also it's like we all have like good and bad thoughts in us,
For sure.
but our actions make us like separate us from being human beings into like fucking animals. Like
Exactly.
yeah, we all have visions of like throwing babies out windows or whatever, but like we don't actually throw the baby out the window.
I know. Wait, do you think emotionally cheating is worse or physically cheating is worse?
So my husband said that he thinks emotional is worse.
I think so too.
Yeah, I would say so. But physical feels bad too.
Physical is bad. No, okay, they're both really bad, but I think I would be more hurt. I feel like okay, I would
I feel like I would be hurt.
but then it goes back to
Uh,
your insecurity of like what you were saying
yeah, that's
and the male
true.
validation and the feeling insecure about how you look cuz then it's like you cheated on somebody and that's physical versus
Yeah.
mine again is
It's
like
more
perfect for output
yeah,
of like
yeah.
oh you liked somebody more I wasn't good enough which is what the
Yeah.
root of my insecurity is.
Yeah, that's so crazy. It feels like physical is worse for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just like I just feel like picturing that or knowing that would really like just break my trust with a
Ugh,
person. You know
okay,
what I mean?
well, pray to the Lord.
I
We're
know.
good for life.
And I know like not everyone's perfect and I'm sure couples I think some couples can work past that if
Yeah.
like you have a kid and like I'm sure some people can be a one-time thing, but it feels like it's a pattern for a lot of guys.
Oh, for sure.
And like if you and like a lot of them will be like, "Well, I'm a sex addict or I'm a drug addict." Then it's like seek help or you would should have communicated that.
Literally.
Or get a vibra I don't know, get like a blow
Cock
up
ring?
yeah.
Get a cock ring. Okay, but you know what I was thinking for the next episode that we should do for all our listeners? We should do an AMA, like ask me anything. And so you should make
Yay.
a video about it. I'll make it and we should source questions and give girlies advice.
Okay.
Cuz I think that could be fun.
Oh, also, but before we end, can we talk about The Summer I Turned Pretty?
I don't watch that show because it's so cringe to me.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, never mind then.
We're not going to talk about. Wait, you and I also, in case you guys are wondering what we're watching, Justine and I are watching the same show for the first time after she talked
Wait,
shit about the
Don't
state of
spoil
the-
though. You guys have to watch The Girlfriend.
It's
on
so
Netflix.
good.
It's so good. We need to
Psychological
discuss.
thriller.
Doesn't she look like Amy Lou Wood a little?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, actually she does.
Yeah, like that expression.
I was wondering who she reminded me of.
Yeah,
But
right.
yeah, if you're into toxic mother-in-law, girlfriend, son shit, watch The Girlfriend. I haven't
Sounds
finished
like
it.
you.
Sounds like my life. I'm gonna go home. No, but we'll go finish it. We'll give you guys our thoughts next week. Drop your AMA questions below.
Yes, AMA.
AMA and like, comment, subscribe.
What does AMA stand for? If someone doesn't know.
Ask me anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it someone you? Is someone in the room
No.
with us?
I was thinking if we have older people. Like I feel like my sister's always like, "What does this mean?"
No, we love each other and like, comment, subscribe.
Yay.
Main characters for life.
Yay.